Hi, I'm Julie. I am Cookie's mom, and I own her together with my husband, Jerry. We started coming to Partners in December of last year, so about 3 months now, and have seen a lot of progress. We adopted Cookie in July of last year, and she was a rescue. And so we just wanted to make sure that we were setting her up for success and giving her a really good foundation to grow and develop in her life. And so she had some basic obedience when she came. We did a basic obedience class to kind of reinforce that, but really we were looking for an opportunity for her to be socialized and play a little bit and also progress in her obedience training.
Hi, I'm Monica. I'm the boarding and daycare manager at our Cave Creek location. I've been working with Cookie for DaySchool for a few months now. We've made a lot of progress. One of the most consistent issues Cookie has had at home is some pretty gnarly leash reactivity to other dogs and animals when on walks. Julie's also worried that Cookie might develop some separation anxiety since Julie works primarily from home. We want to structure some crate time for Cookie as well as shape a place command. She likes to crawl on Julie's lap, which doesn't really work for when she's actually working. So we want to give her a designated area to go to, a little bit safer, also tap into some self-soothing behaviors so she has that healthy separation from Julie herself.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I am the attendee of this daycare yard today. Today we are going to be talking about Miss Cookie over here. She is doing well in daycare. She is one of our newer dogs. She has been here been coming for about a month and a half or so. So Cookie today has been doing well. We are working on boundaries with some dogs. She does get a little bit too much energy and the other dog does not enjoy it sometimes. And so we have to let her know and how to advocate for her and the other dog and let her know that we are. Cookie here is an Australian cattle dog pit mix. She's a sweet lady. Yes, she is. What a sweet lady. What we are working on is her jumping. Is this right here. She does it quite frequently to the point where it's very consistent. So that's what we're working on with that, is less jumping when we are just standing here and like there's not much things going on, as well as jumping and counter surfing on our table over here. As you see, I do have my stuff and as well as our collars, and she will jump onto it. And so we have to teach her that she shouldn't be doing that, because that's probably one of the biggest things she's doing at home is counter surfing. Counter surfing is where the dog either puts their paws up onto the table or they full-fledged get onto the table. And then they just grab whatever they want on the counter. Most of the time they're jumping up there because of food. And we do keep some food up here, but it's just mainly like our stuff, so they aren't allowed to have it. So we have to teach them to not jump onto our tables out here. So within daycare, we do have to keep moving on with her dominance. She is a female dog, but she's very dominant. I've noticed whenever a new dog comes into the yard, she does need to assert herself over to them. Cookie! So I don't know if we'll catch it here, but Luna is newer into the yard. If you see, she is posturing over her. Cookie, out! Out. So I'm outing her because Luna was clearly very uncomfortable at that moment. Cookie, no. Out. Good girl, Cookie. So with Cookie's dominance, that's the main thing that we do work on when there's a new dog in the yard, is that dominance and letting her know, like, you can't necessarily posture over every single dog.
When Cookie first started coming to DaySchool, she joined our group classes, our pet parent classes, and we've made some significant progress with her leash reactivity. It has been transferable to at home. She hasn't been doing much lately, but hopes are she's going to rejoin us soon.
One of the reasons that we were interested in Partners is that they had the DaySchool option, which allowed some fun, play, energy, to get out her energy, along with the obedience and training and structure. And so we felt like that was going to be a really good fit for her. We've seen her progress. We do some basic obedience and some training at home, but this was another way, an environment for her to continue to grow and develop her skills. And so we feel like that's really progressed her as she's moved through her journey She had some sensitivity to sounds and to moving objects, and we've seen some really great advancements there. She has a lot more confidence. She's looking to us now when she's unsure of her decision making. So we are just continuing to build at home, but love the structure and reinforcement that we're receiving here.